Wafer handling. Wafers come in a blister. The label gives information about the diameter. At DMAS 100 mm is the standard. The doping type and resistivity. Wafers can be N or P-type doped. The orientation. A 100 orientation is standard. The thickness. The standard thickness is 525 micrometer, but we also have 300 micrometer thick wafers. Here you see a silicon wafer with a flat area on the bottom, the primary flat, and a smaller flat area on the top, the secondary flat. This flat configuration is indicative of an N-type wafer. The primary flat is used for pre-alignment in equipment with automatic wafer handling. Also, one can see that this is a double-side polished wafer. The second wafer has the secondary flat positioned at 90 degrees with respect to the primary flat. This is indicative of a P-type wafer. Here you see a P-type wafer that is single-side polished. We also have glass and quartz wafers. These have just a primary flat. For normal processing, wafers are stored in a black wafer box. Some materials can contaminate the process line. Wafers with copper are stored in a red box, wafers with gold in a yellow box, and glass wafers that contain sodium in a green box. Transport boxes to bring wafers out of the clean room are stored in a white blister. Also, these blisters are used for general storage of wafers. If you start your process, take a black box, write down your name and process number and attach this to your box as shown. Touch the wafer carrier only from the outside. So not like this. Vacuum tweezers are switched on by shifting the white button. Check if you hear the vacuum sucking the air in, but do not touch the tip of the tweezers with your hands. Pick up the wafer at the back side and close to the edge. Vacuum tweezers are the preferred way of picking up wafers. Manual tweezers have a long underbeak and a short upperbeak. The underbeak has two pins that stop the edge of the wafer. The underbeak goes to the back side of the wafer. Put the tweezers at the indicated positions. Place both cassettes next to each other oriented so that their H-bars are facing in the same direction. By convention, the back side of the wafers faces the H-bar. Make sure you do not touch any device areas, while also ensuring that you get a secure grip on the wafer. Now carefully select and lift out one wafer from the wafer box cassette. Make sure your movement is smooth and silent. When transferring wafers, make sure you transfer from the back of the original cassette into the front of the new cassette. Working with the wafers this way ensures that only the back sides of wafers are exposed to any scratching from neighboring wafers and helps to keep your wafer safe. So this is the wrong way. You will scratch the front side of your wafers with a wafer in your tweezers. Or the tweezers will scratch the wafer already in the cassette. This is wrong. Look at the cassette and notice the two protrusions and holes on the top. These dents allow two cassettes to attach together. Gently flip the empty cassette upside down and place it on top of the old cassette, making sure the protrusions and holes interlock. Use a firm grip and flip the cassette combo carefully and gently to transfer the wafers. Never sneeze, cough or spit toward your wafers even with a mouthcloth. Never speak towards your wafer. Avoid passing anything over your wafer, hand, arm, sleeves. Do not put your head above your wafer. Be aware of the dust cone. Never touch the wafer with your gloved hands. Do not shake your wafer box. Avoid any handling that may generate particles or damage your wafers.